Let's start warming up, ladies. Swinging the arms, knees up. Pull that tummy tight. Welcome to Fab and Fit over 40 and beyond. My name is Rhoda. Bring your knees up and twist. Thank you for joining me today. We have an all-standing ab attack, a format you all really like, and this is challenging but doable, I promise. Arms forward and back. We work on strength training on the channel like today. Strength training is going to maintain your lean muscle. Lean muscle burns calories, maintains metabolism. When we age, reach out over 40, we can lose about 8%, up to 8% of our lean muscle every single decade. And if you think about that, tap out and in, that's 8% decrease in metabolism because your lean muscle burns more calories. So if you have more lean muscle, you burn more calories naturally. Arms up and down here, heels to the front. We also work on cardio, fat burning. Today we have 6 exercises. The first 5, reach across here, are slower, more strength-based. And then our 6th exercise is also strength-based, but it's got a lot more movement in it. So the goal is to, at the end of each circuit, we've worked hard, reach up and over, get that heart rate bumped up even a little bit higher. Now we are using dumbbells, but I'm using light dumbbells, whatever that means to you. All right, let's do a good morning. Hands back, down and up. For me, I'm going to use my 5s and 8s. I've got all my dumbbells here, but just my 5s and 8s. If you have options, great. If you are just starting out and you do not have dumbbells, I began with 2 soup cans. Soup cans are water bottles. That works just fine. Start to learn the moves, listen to the safety cues, and then go down out there and get your first set of dumbbells. All right, I'm going to start with a 5-pound dumbbell. We're going to do a crunch to a kick. I'm going to hold the dumbbell up. I'm going to crunch down and then back up with the dumbbell, rounding my back to my foot. All right, so right side first. Here we go. Knee up, crunch, push, reach for the toe. Tummy tight. I'll say over and over in this workout, pull your belly button to your spine. Focus on contracting that muscle, training it to be contracted, because that's what we want, right? We walk by a mirror sideways, what do? We pull in our tummy. That's what I'm talking about, that contraction. Pull it in right there. Train it to be strong. It's gonna pull in and make you have your pants feel looser just because you're doing this strength training. Maybe not lose any weight. Strength training can make your body change dramatically. All right, you want to work on weight loss, we can do that too, but just saying. All right, taking this one dumbbell, we're going to punch across, come in, crunch the leg on the side that you punch to, okay? Ready? Here we go. And it's an ab workout, so you know what we're going to talk about. Abs are made where? Yep, in the kitchen, okay? Eating real food. Limiting processed or avoiding altogether processed foods if you can. I try to, it's very hard. It's everywhere, right? But eating from nature. Was it picked or slaughtered? And is it as close to its natural state coming out of the ground or out of wherever meat comes from, fish comes from, right? Now that's not to say, because I get asked often from clients, how do I eat organic? It's so expensive. I don't eat organic, you know why? It's so expensive. So I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you, shoulder here, we're gonna crunch, cross, bicycle crunch, twist and press up to the side, all right? And we'll keep talking. Here we go. Crunch and press. Organic, unfortunately, is very, very expensive. But if you can have fresh vegetables, wash them well, remove any chemicals and fruits. If that's really difficult, and it is at times, right? They're expensive and they're not available. So frozen is your next best step. You can get frozen berries, you can get frozen vegetables that are high in fiber and are going to give you, you're getting as close to nature as you can in that situation, right? It's not perfect, but it's close as you can get. And boy, I'll tell you, frozen vegetables show up in my stir fries and that kind of thing all the time because, again, It's cost prohibitive, really, if you're going to eat lots of vegetables every day. It's hard. So don't be afraid of frozen. Stay away from canned and processed foods. That's the key. All right, we're going to punch across other side with that crunch. We're going to do both these on the other side. Punch, crunch. Gluten is not an enemy, but gluten is inflammatory, just naturally. So wheat products tend to cause you to maintain some extra fluid in your body just because that's what it takes to digest them. So if you can switch to oat-based or quinoa, rice-based, you're going to limit that inflammation. That's not to say they don't cause inflammation, because naturally carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates like potatoes, rices, breads, they need fluid to digest. It's just how your digestion works. About 4 grams of fluid for every gram of complex carb. But you need them. You need complex carbs. That's where your energy comes from. So don't be afraid of carbohydrates, okay? It's a macronutrient and you need it. Crunch, press. I limit my complex carbs after about 2 o'clock in the day. So if you're going to have carbs like that, lunch might be the better place, breakfast might be the better place. Evenings, go for lean fish, meats, poultries, and lots of vegetables. Those vegetables have fiber, and the fiber is what's going to pull everything through your digestive tract, help you digest well, get the nutrients, and keep things moving, which I don't know about you, but yeah, over 40, that's also something we need to think about, right? All right, I'm going to grab my other 5. This is the 6th exercise where we're going to really get some movement. Now watch your knees and your thighs as we come here. We're going to just do big swings and a march. We'll go with right arm up first, all right? Deep breath in and out. Here we go. So the challenge, if you choose to accept it, 3-day challenge. Eat lean meat, protein, and fish, lots of vegetables, and cut out processed foods. All together. Can you do it for 3 days? Try. And how do you do that? Read labels. Is there something in what you're eating that you cannot pronounce? Then it's probably not a great idea to eat it. It means it's processed. But if you can cut out processed foods for 3 days, I bet you will feel smaller. Inflammation goes down, clothes loosen up, you may even drop some weight on the scale, very likely. And it's not because you're eliminating fat, it's because you're eliminating that inflammation that in this day and age we are all carrying, because it's just in our food supply that's causing it. You know, we have to be really conscious of what we're eating. And it's hard, I know, feeding a family, super hard. All right, I'm gonna stick with I think I'll go with an 8 here. So 5s or 8s, swing through. I'm gonna hold it like this. Down between the knees, flat back, down, all the way up. Once we're up, we'll lean one way, come up, other way, come up. All right, get ready. Here we go. So that's the challenge. If you can try that, it's often easier during the week, so long as you do food prep. Make sure you're leaving your house with food that you need for the time you're away, the whole day, whatever that might be, so you're not tempted to swing through that drive-through. So pack your food, have it available. If you're at home, make sure that it's all loaded up in the fridge, and do the 3-day challenge, and then comment. Let me know. How did you feel after that? Did you feel the inflammation go down? Did the scale go down? I'm gonna go over here. Are the clothes fitting looser? That's the real key, all right? We're gonna hold this dumbbell right here. I'm gonna put my other hand, knees fairly close. We're gonna chop across, way across. Twist with this and bring it back up, all right? Deep breath. Whew. The inflammation going down that's really how those clothes loosen up. And then, if you can keep focusing on eating that high fiber diet with those lots of vegetables, it's gonna keep you full. Lots of water, all right? Water, water, water. It's gonna help the digestive process. When the digestive process is going well, metabolism is going well. So keep that water going. Fiber, food, and just keep going. You might see that scale start to drop. Wouldn't surprise me, because when you're eating fiber food, you're full. You're not nearly as likely to splurge and go, and go in there at 6, 7 o'clock at night like I do and see what's in the cupboard, right? All right, let me see what we got. Suitcase swing, same side, leg up, all right? Getting the activity in this core here on your right side. Here we go. When you eliminate processed foods cause cravings. It has to do with insulin and the insulin response, how quickly the pancreas shoots insulin into your bloodstream when that processed foods comes in, because your body sees it as sugar, as poison. So insulin goes into overdrive. You've heard of insulin resistance. That can lead to insulin resistance, which means you're not processing the processed foods even as well as you possibly could be. Still not good to have them in your body, but when you're not even processing them well, that's even worse. So when you have, sorry, this is hard. Okay, we have that cross from the shoulder on the other side. So when you have the insulin going up and down, that's what I'm trying to say, when it goes up, it crashes down. When it crashes down from that processed foods, that creates cravings. The only thing to bring that insulin level back up to normal is to have more sugar. So those cravings you have after eating sugar or processed foods, they're real. Okay, that's not just in your mind. That's biology. So if you can eliminate those processed foods over time, and I'm talking maybe 4 or 5 days, cravings will be gone, and that's a wonderful feeling. And trust me, I love ice cream. My daughter just made an amazing apple pie. I'm not saying I don't eat sugar, but I recognize how it affects my body, and I really try to do it in moderation, and I give myself recovery days. Good. All right, we're going to swing back and up. Recovering back to baseline. And I'll shoot up number of pounds from eating processed foods because of that water retention. Body holds onto that water. And it can take 4 or 5 days to bring that all the way back down. Seriously. All right, clients I work with know, because they go through the same thing. It's harder as you're older. And we're like, oh, it used to be 2 days. Now it's 3 days. Oh, now it's 4 days. For me, it can be 5 days. The hardest for me is something like Chinese food. It's just the salt. That really does it to me. All right. I think I go on, and I think, oh my gosh, you want to turn this off? They don't want to hear me rattle on about processed food. But I get response from y'all saying, I really appreciate that information. So it's information that I didn't know. I didn't know till I started doing this. And maybe you don't either. So I really try to share stuff like that with you. All right, dumbbells on one shoulder. And we're moving here. Up and crunch, up and crunch. All right, it's our movement. Crunch it. Tummy tight, lots of movement. Dumbbell overhead, getting that heart rate up. Burning just a few extra calories here in the workout while we're making these lean ab muscles that through diet and exercise so in the kitchen and on your mat, we are going to make them show. And more importantly, strong core means strong posture and balance. And that is more important than looking good, really, because we want to age and be able to stand up tall and strong and avoid falling. Okay, so that's the key. Avoid those falls. All right, whew. We're on to a sledgehammer. Got a 40-second rest. It goes quick, I know. So a sledgehammer. Think about a sledgehammer. Big circle around the back of the head. As it comes around, watch your knees. Through the knees, kind of like a swing through. As it comes up from the swing through, though, it goes the other direction and down. All right, so we'll go over your right shoulder first. Take a deep breath. You feel your heart rate up? I feel my heart rate up. That's good. I like it. I know, I'm kind of weird that way. Whew. Ready? Sledgehammer up and around. And in. Let's talk about heart rate. You want to learn about heart rate? I just had this conversation with someone. The more fit you get, the harder it is to get that heart rate up into your cardio zone because your heart's efficient. It's gotten stronger. Each beat sends more oxygenated blood out than it did before you strength trained your heart. And because of that, it doesn't have to beat as often. So you can't get your heart rate up as easily. When you just start out, you might feel like your heart's pounding out of your chest, and if it is, I need you to slow it on down, okay? You don't want to feel that. You do not want to feel that, but whew, when that heart rate starts to not get as high, don't think that you're not working as hard. You actually are. The heart's just more efficient. All right, we're going to go good morning, like the warm-up. Elbows are out. We're going to stand up from the good morning. We'll lean one direction and then the other, and then good morning. Here we go. Down and up, a little bend in those knees there, weight in your heels, lean and lift, other side, lean and lift. Nice flat back, down, tabletop, up. Come all the way up before you start the lean. Abs are tight here, pull them in, driving those hips back. Remember to slightly bend those knees, don't lock the knees here, and focus on weight in the heels. If you're driving your hips back, the weight should naturally head down through the floor, through your heels, not your toes or the balls of your feet. Good. All right, I am trading in my 8 for a 5. We're going oblique crunch, ab crunch. One side, so we're gonna oblique crunch, then we're gonna turn the palm so it's facing behind you, crunch down and up, all right? So we'll start with the oblique crunch, that's right here, your waistline, crunch, and then tummy tight, crunch, crunch. Turn the hand, pull, and push. Feel this entire, this is what we call a unilateral move. One side of the body, and everything is working here. Should feel very warm. When we do these ab workouts, we get a shoulder workout too because we use dumbbells, increasing that resistance. Great way to get a standing ab workout is by using dumbbells and creating that pull on the core. So the core has to fight back. It has to hold tight. It has to be strong. That's what we're doing. All right, roll this out. Whew, how we doing? We're in circuit 3. We're getting there. Dumbbell up, other side, side crunch, turn the hand, pull and crunch there. Working these abs from all angles, and you should feel your back working as well. Core is not just the front, it's the back. The ab is the front. Core includes the front and back of the body. And you need the back to be strong for posture, for sure, but just to hold yourself in balance. Because if one side is much stronger than the other, and we see that with quads a lot. Our quads can be very strong. We sit a lot, so our hamstrings are not. So we have an imbalance there. And so you want to work those hamstrings. And we do that around here for sure. All right, back to that good morning. I'm going to go back to an 8. We're going to good morning, come up to a bicycle crunch. So start with the good morning. Remember, weight in your heels, down and up, right knee crunch, left knee crunch, down and up. Pull this across here. Twist from the shoulders. Elbows are coming towards the knees, but I'm really focused on shoulder to knee, shoulder to knee. Good. How are we feeling? I'm liking this workout. You know, oh, you like every workout? Not really, no. In fact, I'll tell you a little story. Let me just get to the rest here and tell you what's going on next here. Our movement move, so we're going to hold this. We're sticking with that bicycle crunch. Twist, twist, march and twist. I got all set up here. This is about 40 minutes from where I live. Got all set up, started recording this workout, got through the first circuit. And I can see the widescreen on my camera. It went black. Like, oh, that can't be good. So I stopped. I said, what could that be? My card was full. And I don't know why, I just got a new one. It was reading full. So I started packing up. I was so discouraged. And I thought, you know what? AI. I try to be very careful with AI because, you know, it costs a huge amount of energy to run AI. But I asked AI, can I reformat my card with my camera? Because I'm not real technical. I didn't know whether I could. And sure enough, I could. Hallelujah. I didn't have to pack it up and leave. So reformatted the card, redid the workout with you here. I only did one circuit before. But that's kind of how this all started. So it feels really, really good now to be through circuit 3 and onto circuit 4, knowing that I thought I was leaving and not going to be able to record this today. I'm trying to catch up. I'm a bit behind in my recording. All right, we have a halo because we're all angels, right? We're going up around the right shoulder and down, and then the other direction. Think about as the dumbbell comes around, you're going to counter the dumbbell with your hips, all right? That's how we're getting that full core activation. Upper, lower, front, and back. Right shoulder's going to be first. A little bend in your knees here. Don't lock your knees. Pull the tummy tight. Here we go. And breathe. Around. Up and around. As big as circles as you can make, similar to that sledgehammer, although we're not coming down between our knees, but same motion around the back. We are holding the dumbbell a little differently, but whew. Keep going, come on. We have 5 exercises after this. We got that, right? 5 minutes pretty much. And then we'll do a stretch and rest. Good. All right, remember back we did that cross punch to the crunch? This time we're cross punching, coming in, inside leg, the leg that you punch towards. It's going to be an oblique crunch. So we're crunching the waistline again, all right? Punch across in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Punch it and crunch it. The left arm can do whatever you'd like. I kind of like to bring my knee to my elbow. I feel like that makes me go a little bit deeper, but you can keep it on your waist. Whatever feels good, whatever helps you balance. If you need to balance and having the arm out is better for you, you figure out what works for you. As long as you're doing that leg raise, crunching right there, you're getting the work. Good. Okay, we're going to change hands here. All right, we're staying on this side. Discus, so we're coming back. We're activating this more inner oblique. Bring it in, come on up from here, crunch across. So staying on this side for both rounds here by switching hands. Think about you're in the Olympics. Here's the discus. Bring it back and all the way up. Stop it. Crunch across the knee. Big movement in the torso here. Have this arm go as far back, down, and as far back up as you can. These abs are warmed up now. We're going deep. I'll be curious to see. I think I might be a little sore tomorrow from this workout. When we focus on one area, like we are today, core, and we spend the entire time on it, that is a lot of what we call time under tension. These muscles keep working, working, working. They're not getting much rest. So that's when we get all of that extra time under tension on that specific area, and you might feel it tomorrow in a good way, in a good way. All right, we're gonna punch and crunch this knee. Oblique crunch. Here we go. Punch it, crunch it. "20 seconds, come on." Breathing a little hard here. We've been working a while. Can we do one more? Come on. And crunch. Good work. All right, changing hands for that discus. Discus to a crunch, big swing, way back, way up. As it comes up, stop the dumbbell, hold on to it, crunch, put it back up, and swing it around again. And you, I'm sure are feeling that. I hope so. I am. Here we go. Swing it. And crunch. Sticking with that, we were talking about heart rate and how the more fit you are, the less beats the heart needs to beat. People often ask, how many calories do we burn in this workout? Well, it really bothers me when you see workouts that say, oh, burn, 500 calories, burn 1,000 calories. I've seen that too. Well, maybe. Is this your first workout ever? Maybe, you're burning twice as many calories as somebody who's been working out for a long time because their body's more efficient. That doesn't mean that it's not good either way. All right, we're going 2 dumbbells overhead. We are going to hold them up, same leg, march, and crunch. Crunch it, crunch it. So as you get more fit, you're burning less calories in the workout, but don't let that discourage you because you're more fit, right? You've got more lean muscle. So what's happening? Let's say you're burning, 30 calories more, every few hours. It adds up. It adds up. Fat burns 3 calories an hour or a day, 1 pound of fat. Lean muscle is going to burn about 7. It's more than double, right? Now, you're not all lean muscle. Your bone, your blood, your fluid. But that lean muscle, there it is, boom. I had one of you ask for fireworks. So here we go. Fireworks. Congratulations, you made it. You made it. So the lean muscle you're making means you're burning more calories at rest all day long and while you sleep. All right, so getting fit is the goal. Let's go ahead and stretch it out. Hands on your knees. Round your back here. Pull that belly button to spine like you never pulled it as tight before. Feel the vertebrae in the lower back open up. They're probably quite tight. Try and relax other than pulling that tummy tight. Deep breaths, that oxygen into the lungs going into the heart. These muscles want oxygen to heal. Let's reverse this. Let the abs relax here. Take a deep breath in. Round the back again. And reverse. And round all the way up. Going to keep stretching. I'm going to put a little commercial break in here. We're going to put them in, so I try and tell them at places it's a good break, okay? So here we go. All right, if you had a commercial, welcome back. Keep stretching up and over. Big, big stretch here. Recovery. Stretching is the beginning. Other side. Your muscles use blood and oxygen for recovery. So lots and lots of water. Why? Because, let's twist down one side. Feel the back of the leg stretch a little bit here. Because, other side, if you drink a lot of water, it's going to thin out your blood. If your blood's thin, think about it. Let's roll this up. Let's work shoulders. If your blood is thin, it's going to move through your body easier, right? Lower blood pressure. One beat, shooting out all that hydrated blood. Let's go the other direction. That's how you heal, okay? It helps with healing. Let's bring one arm across. Thank you for being here today. Stay with me for the rest of the stretch. Thank you for subscribing, liking, watching to the end. That makes a big difference with YouTube. They're like, oh, people are watching this. Must be okay. And that helps the algorithm and it helps me grow the channel. Other side here. When you share, when you share it out on your social media, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate all of you, everything that you can do. Liking, commenting, sharing, lift, subscribing. Those of you that underneath the video see the super thanks and hit that round the back here. Not expected, but appreciated. How that works, I've been asked how that works. If you just hit the little, it says super thanks. underneath. I think it might just say thanks. It's like a heart. Let's roll those shoulders one more time. It'll bring you to a page in YouTube where you can help support the channel. Deep breath in and up. Also, buy me a coffee. It's another way. You can hit the QR code with your camera. Other way, up and down. And exhale, that takes you to my Buy Me a Coffee page. And I appreciate every coffee, but I appreciate every one of you. We're all doing our part. Thank you for being here, and thank you for helping me make this channel more successful every day so we can meet more fabulous women like you. Have a wonderful day or evening, and I will see you next time.